Hi, welcome to Ed Foodie. Today I'm going to make an attempt here to do some baking, which I'm not really good at, I don't think, but let's see how this turns out. I'm going to make just a plain cheesecake. And I love cheesecake. I always try to get it at the Cheesecake Factory. So we're going to try to make our own today. So the first thing we want to do is, well, I got the oven preheated to 350 degrees. And first thing we want to do is make the crust. I've got 1.5 cups of crushed graham cracker crumbs. And you can buy the graham crackers and crush them yourself. I'm just using a box of graham cracker crumbs. So it's already kind of really nice and fine, no lumps. And what I'm going to do is add in 1/4 cup of sugar. And all we're going to do is mix this up real good. Make sure it's all evenly distributed. Now I'm going to add, I have 5 tablespoons of melted butter. We're going to stir this in slowly. So what this is going to end up having a texture of is kind of like wet sand. Just try to make sure you got all the dry parts. Got some butter in there. Everything's at a consistent wetness. Okay, now we're going to add this to a ungreased, this is a springform pan. As you can see, it's got a little buckle here that kind of keeps it together, and when the cheesecake is done, I'll undo that, and then the sides will come off and the bottom will stay on. So let's pour this in there. It doesn't seem like very much, but let's give it a try. So we're just going to spread this out, make it kind of even everywhere, and then we'll kind of spread it down with our hands. You know, on most cheesecakes, the crust doesn't come up too far on the sides, so I guess this will be okay. And then what I'm going to do is just take a measuring cup and just kind of, you don't want to push it real hard, you just kind of want to make it, I'm trying to make it where it's consistently thickness everywhere. And just a kind of reminder here too, all the ingredients in this recipe needs to be at room temperature. So we're going to use cream cheese, we're going to use sour cream, all these, and eggs, and you want everything at room temperature. Otherwise your cheesecake may crack or split and it won't bake right. All right, so here we have it. I'm going to bake it in the oven for 10 minutes at 350 degrees. Okay, the 10 minutes are up. I'm going to put the graham cracker crumbs on some aluminum foil. And I've kind of got a double layer of aluminum foil and then down the middle overlapped. Then what we're going to do with this is we're going to fold the foil up after this cools off, and we put the cake batter in. And that's going to help us with our water bath so that water doesn't leak in. These pans are supposed to keep water out, but you never know. And this will keep any water out of the cake. So while that's cooling off, we'll do our actual cheesecake batter. And also what I've done here is I've got a large pot of boiling water. It's boiled, it's shut off now. Then when we get ready to bake this, we're going to pour the boiling water into a big pan. So we want it really hot, and so it'll just take me a couple minutes to reheat that. Okay, so now into our cake batter, I've got 4 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. Again, room temperature, very important. Put in 1 cup of sugar. We're just going to beat this on a medium-low until it's just a nice smooth consistency. We want to make sure that sugar kind of dissolves in there. All right, 2 minutes are done. Now we're going to add in 1 cup of sour cream. I've got an 8-ounce package here. I'm just gonna pour the whole thing in. And again, this makes it kind of nice because it's all at room temperature. I'll put in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice. I really like the fresh lemon juice. It just makes it so light and flavorful. So we're going to beat this just for, you know, maybe 20 seconds, just enough to get everything all mixed up. I guess another really critical thing of this is not to over mix this batter. All right, I'm going to beat in 1 egg at a time, and again, just enough to kind of get the egg mixed in there. You don't want to overdo this. I will get my water reboiled. All right, so I want to pour the batter into the springform pan. The batter is really tasty. Okay. It'll all level off in the oven, but I just want to help it a little bit here. You really don't want to leave that lemon off there because that lemon, to me, really makes it. Okay, so we're going to fold this foil up just to cover, you know, maybe halfway up. And again, just to make sure no water gets in the bottom of that pan. I've got heavy duty aluminum foil. You don't necessarily need that. I just happened to actually buy the wrong thing. But in this case, it probably works pretty good because it won't tear as easy. What I've got here is a really big baking pan. If you have a smaller one, that would be ideal, but it's got to be big enough to this will fit inside it. So we set this inside the baking pan. And now we're going to pour enough boiling water in here just to make it go up about a ½ inch on this pan. And the main reason for the water bath is just the cheesecake. You want it a moist heat, and so that when that water's in there, it'll keep the air very moist in there, and that'll, again, it'll make it dry, or make it bake smooth, and you won't get big cracks and things in there. And make sure you don't get it in the cheesecake. Actually, I think this is going to be plenty. Okay. All right, so we're going to put this in the oven. I got my rack on the lower third. Okay, and I'm going to set the timer for 60 minutes. Then we'll check it. I'll probably check it in about 40 minutes just to make sure the top's not burning or anything. Okay, it's been baking for 1 hour. Let's see if we think it's done. Yeah, so I kind of shook it a little bit. In the middle kind of shakes. It's like kind of like Jell-O, and that means it's finished. So once we think it's done, I'm going to turn off the oven, and then we'll let it cool in the oven for 1 hour, and leaving it in the water bath. And again, that slow cooling is going to help so that the cheesecake does not crack. We'll go ahead and remove the cake from the pan and also from the foil. All right, here we have it. It looks good. I don't see any cracks. So I hope it's done in the middle. It seems like it's pretty firm. All right, we're gonna let this cool another few hours to get it to room temperature. Then we'll put it in the refrigerator overnight, and we'll give it a taste tomorrow. We're having some company over, so we won't be able to taste it till tomorrow night. So far, this almost seemed too easy. I guess the big test will be tomorrow to make sure no water got up under there into that graham cracker crust. But for one last thing I want to do to make sure it comes out of here okay is I want to cut. Just be very careful, keep the knife against the pan, and I'm just going to cut this all around, and then tomorrow when we take the spring form pan out, it should come out easy without sticking. We've gone this far, we don't want to ruin it now. We'll put it in the refrigerator overnight, and tomorrow night we'll give it a taste. And also, I'm going to cover the pan with foil before I put it in the refrigerator. So like I said earlier, I made this for a dinner party we had last night, and this is the only thing that's left. When I first tried it last night, this is awesome. This was so good. It was way beyond my expectations for me the first time making a cheesecake. Let me take another little bite here, the last. This is so good. So rich, so creamy. And actually, I think it's less sugar than in most other recipes that I looked up. But everything about the crust, creamy, smooth, just a great recipe. And I'm really glad it worked out well. So if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to Foodie right over there. Thank you so much for watching.